for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. Oh, a heck of a move.
Man.
And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. Out comes the Chargers as they'll go on offense now to start this third quarter. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. Third down now following the run. Carry for the vet, Danny Woodhill. And he will lose yardage on the play, back at his own 19-yard line. He went backwards 5 yards there on third down to bring up fourth. And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. The offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3. They'll try and throw for it here. Being chased out left. And Allen's got it. And he's going to be out of bounds right at the 40. 17 yards on the pickup. And on 4th down, they're able to convert and move the sticks. Rivers on 1st down. Gates has it over the middle. And he's brought down after a good gain. It's a gain of 21 that time. And the Chargers are going to have a first down. A first down throw here for Rivers. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he's brought down. They give him 15 more, and it's another first down.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the...
Trying to force it to Allen, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Stephon Gilmore. And a big turnover there as his guys will give the football back. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown looked pretty good, so they'll be hoping to do that once more.
It takes me back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach. They felt pretty good about their game plan and thought there were some holes in the defense, and they exploited them the last time out. Let's see if they can come back and put together a similar drive.
And we'll see if they can do just that. Again, it's McCoy. LaShawn McCoy off to the races. He's at the 30, 10, 5, and all the way home for a Bills touchdown. LaShawn McCoy, 89 yards, and the Bills will extend their lead. Well called, well blocked, and then he just made a great play. That was an athlete going a long way.
Yeah, how about the suddenness, too, of just getting there and taking off and going? For the defensive guys, plays like that really hurt.
After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. Here comes the Chargers offense now back out onto the field. Looked like they had something going last drive. Then the interception happened. Will they recover?
The memory they need to keep with them is that they did have something going. They were moving the ball on offense, had a nice sequence going. Don't worry about the other part. You can't get that back. Let's go back to what you were doing well before.
I thought you were going to say they need to have no memory, but remember the good part, forget the bad.
I like that even better.
Wide open receiver complete. And he's brought down after a good gain. A big play that time on the catch and run. 37 yards.
Coaches really don't care from what position they get this, but run after the catch ability, rack ability, is often the difference between winning and losing and changing field position.
It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
Partner, I think there's a lesson there. Some days you're just having a really tough time, and for the defense, today has been that day. But after that play, what do you learn? You can still make plays even when the other guy's having success against you.
He gets them a little over half of what they needed. Now they're looking at a 3rd and 5.
You got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
And he's able to pick up the first before he's taken down at the 27. Now the offense lining up 1st and 10.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL.
And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Shaq Lawson coming hard on the blitz. He dumps him for a loss of 8. Another toe for Gordon. He's been busy this afternoon. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 15. A good pickup there, a 22. So after that big gain, let's see what else the offense has up its sleeve. They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends. This will be caught at about the 6. And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. So on that play, defense was in the zone. They ran a crossing route offensively, but the defense, so you got to be good with communication, don't you?
You certainly do, and it's not something that is really evident when you watch it on the screen. But everyone's talking, communicating, pointing, and it keeps you from chasing receivers because you have a specific zone you have to cover. When a receiver's in your zone and he crosses to another one, you got to let your guy know. They got a completion there, but I like the discipline they showed to stay in their proper areas and then make the tackle.
1st and goal here from the 2. They'll try and punch it in. Gordon, only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal.
Well, Brendan, we always know that once you score 1 touchdown, you're without a doubt. And so far today, he's got 1, but was denied as he tried to get the 2nd one.
He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down. And quickly, they get to the line. 3rd and goal for Rivers. And this is going to be incomplete. He was looking for Antonio Gates that time. And that will bring up an interesting decision here on 4th and goal. Still just the 3rd quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on 4th. He's got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Chargers. Keenan Allen, a 2-yard touchdown grab. And the Chargers are able to close the gap just a bit. And the lead is trimmed down to 10. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. And the Bills offense comes out ready to take over. And they will simply, Charles, be looking to duplicate what they did last drive when they were able to push it in for 6.
And they hope it'll be that easy, right? To be able to take exactly what happened before, replicate it. They may have to make a few additional changes along the way because I'm sure the defense will make some adjustments, but they've got to have great confidence having scored the last time out. In my book, that's running the ball well, but with intelligence. How about him keeping the clock moving, staying in bounds?
Yeah, even though it's the 3rd quarter, you're thinking ahead, aren't you? This is where your running game can really help you with a lead in the 2nd half.
I agree totally. It's not just end-of-the-half situations that you worry about the clock. It's throughout the game. And with a lead, stay in bounds. Make them fight harder to try and catch you.
And he's got the 1st down as he's up to the 45-yard line. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains.
Now, that definitely hurts because the mindset is getting a 3-and-out there, and they don't get it done. They give up the scramble and a pickup for a 1st down.
And they went the wrong way there, losing yardage back at the 43-yard line.
I don't know about you, partner, but I'm rubbing my eyes after that play. Did we just see that runner not get yardage? A big-time play by the defense. It does happen occasionally, even against the best running backs who are having big days.
It'll be a gain of 11, and that is going to set up a 3rd and 1.
If you run an out route, it's likely you end up near the sideline. And what did we just see there?
Toe tap.
You got it. The benefits of practice. Toe tapping, foot dragging, picking it up, and making sure it was a catch.
They'll try and run for it with McCoy. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains.
This seems almost like a mathematical equation here. LaShawn Shady McCoy goes for big yards running the ball. His team is winning the game. Seems to work out pretty well, doesn't it?
Sound very well. The pride of Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, doing his thing again.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
Watkins alone on the left side. Now Taylor, Sammy Watkins, the intended target, and that's going to bring up an interesting 3rd and goal. The line of scrimmage is the 3 as they look to cash in on 3rd and goal.
Come on, let's go!
On 3rd and goal, Taylor. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. He loses 5 full yards to bring up 4th. Dan Carpenter now for the Bills field goal. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. And did it get there? Yes. Boy, he didn't get much of that at all. He tucked it just between the crossbar and the left upright. And that will get the lead up to 14. So they settle for just the 3 there, but clearly anything helps when you're trying to salt one away here in the 4th.
Without a doubt, I think a touchdown would have been the final nail. The 3... does give him some breathing room and lets him build up a little cushion.
He'll start the drive with a run by Gordon. There goes Melvin Gordon. He's at the 40, past the 20. And all the way in. Touchdown, San Diego. Melvin Gordon, 82 yards. And the Chargers have made this a 1-score game. And his kick is good. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he nearly broke that for more, but as it is, they'll start this drive at about the 37-yard line. And now out come the Bills. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point
kicker.
Exactly. You put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about that. Super toe.
McCoy. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. And they're 6 yards away from picking up the first here on 2nd down. They go now to McCoy. He's seen a ton of action this afternoon. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains.
And he continues to pile up the yardage. That puts him over $150 now. And this defense has really had its problems trying to keep him contained.
They come out here in the eye. Now a first down carry here for McCoy. And he'll take it inside the 40 to the 39-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. And after the play on the ground, that brings up 2nd down here. Now Taylor going to hand this one off to McCoy. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. It's a gain of 6, moves him to a manageable 3rd and 2 situation. And in this situation with the lead 4th quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. And his throw here's incomplete. He was looking for Charles Clay as tight end. And that'll make it 2nd and 10.
Today's NFL, these big guys are featured receivers. They move them all over the place to try and find good matchups. And they had one. They were just unable to complete the pass.
Oh, no, he lost the football. Finding time. And fortunately for him, he's able to get it back. But it will be a loss on the play.
Well, that was a big oops right there. But how about his ability to correct it? Loses the football, able to get it back himself.
Yeah, pounced right back on it, keeps possession. Watkins alone on the left side. 3rd and long, it's Taylor. And he's got his man. It's the tight end play. And he's brought down after a good gain. And they convert on 3rd with a gain of 22. Now this will be the 9th play on this drive. Now a 20th carry here for McCoy. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. And a really long drive here, and it goes on and on. The 4th quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding. Keep it.
And he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. LaShawn McCoy, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Bills will add on to their lead. And he certainly played a pivotal role with those 2 TDs and why they're up on the scoreboard right now.
Well, someone's all about winning, aren't they? Because he's not worried about the number. Sure, it's great to have 2 touchdowns. But the bottom line is what he's doing is contributing to their lead. He wants to continue to do so.
And now San Diego getting set to go. And they hit the home run last drive. 1 play on the ground all the way to the house. Now the defense, maybe they're expecting a run here.
Partner, I love your description because when we talk about hitting the home run, we're usually thinking about a passing play, aren't we? Something in the air, deep ball. But how about them just taking it big time, John? Now if you're coming back out, now they've established this run game, the play-action pass could very well be open.
They come up in an offset eye. Rivers on 1st down. And incomplete there, almost picked off. That's one you maybe expect your roaming free safety to come up with. But it's 2nd down. 1 receiver left, that's Allen. On 2nd down, Rivers again. And incomplete on the deep ball. They were looking to go back to Gates. And that's going to make it 3rd down and 10. And the offense looking to pick up the 1st down after the 2nd down incompletion. So here we go now. An extra defensive back in there on 3rd and 10. On the screen, this is Woodhead. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. It'll be a gain of 9, and that's going to make it 4th down. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Desperation time. Rivers on 4th down. Gets it to Benjamin. It's caught. And he's brought down after a good gain. 26 yards on the play there. And they're able to pick up the conversion here on 4th down. 1st down, Rivers. And his throw's going to be incomplete. He was looking for Travis Benjamin that time. And that'll make it 2nd and 10. One man in the backfield is Gordon. Throwing Rivers. Oh, nearly picked. And maybe lucky there. This guy doesn't drop many defensively. 3rd down. Here comes the 7th play now of this drive as this is 3rd and 10. On 3rd down, Rivers. Now a hit, and Rivers lost the football. I'll call it luck or skill, whatever the case is. They're feeling good about just keeping the football there.
Yeah, the biggest thing that they're calling it now, our ball. I mean, they don't care if it was luck or skill. Boy, the panic that jumps up in your chest when that ball's on the ground, whether you get it or your teammate gets it, just as long as you retain possession, that's all you're looking for.
They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Bills are going to get the football back. And here come the Bills. And they were able to punch it in the end zone last time. They'll be looking to do that again here for the defense. Obviously, they'll be looking to stop them from punching it back in the end zone.
It always is punch counter.
And the Chargers rush is going to get there. Down he goes.
But there. There's pressure all around him, so
and now the Chargers are going to look up here and signal for a timeout. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends. Now Taylor. Now he'll let it go deep right side. So the long attempt falls innocently to the ground, and it brings up 3rd.
On every offensive coordinator, every play caller sheet, they have about 5 or 6 plays per game that they call shot plays or big plays, and you don't get many opportunities to dial them up, and they just did, and they drop it with a great chance to make a big play. That's going to hurt. And you just know when that play call came in, their eyes lit up, because anytime you get a chance to take a big shot downfield, that's a lot of fun, and they missed an opportunity.
And look at this. It's a fake. He's got a man. It's Williams. It's a big play that time on the fake punt. And on 4th and long, somehow they're able to keep the drive going. And now a first down. And now the Chargers are going to signal for another timeout. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Taylor with a give to McCoy. And he's got some space here. And he's brought down. Well, certainly a tough loss here, but they've got to move on. I mean, you have a